The U.S. International Trade Commission ruled earlier this month that Korean imports were hurting American companies. On Thursday, the ITC heard arguments from both sides, and also consumer reports provided that Samsung and LG's products are just better in the eyes of consumers. Unfortunately, even these facts may not help turn the tide to Seoul's favor. Cha Sang-mi gets us up to speed with the developments.
The U.S. International Trade Commission convened a public hearing on Thursday, 2 weeks after it ruled the low-cost washing machines from South Korea were damaging local industries. U.S. home appliance manufacturers Whirlpool and GE Appliances asked the ITC to recommend import duties of 50% on large household washers made by Samsung and LG Electronics. Lawyers representing the American firms accused their Korean rivals of shifting production from country to country to avoid anti-dumping duties.
Samsung and LG will find a new way to cheat Whirlpool and the rest of the U.S. industry, violate the spirit of the Commission's decision.
Officials from Seoul's trade and foreign ministries, as well as business officials, were also present at the hearing to argue against possible safeguards. They stressed that import restrictions will undermine the freedom of choice of American consumers and disrupt operations at Samsung and LG's newest plants currently under construction in the U.S. U.S. officials from South Carolina and Tennessee, where the Korean firms are setting up their manufacturing operations, also spoke on Samsung and LG's behalf.
I'm here to urge you to vote against any trade restrictions on Samsung, on large residential washing imports that would hurt the workers and economic growth in my state.
Following Thursday's public hearing, the Commission will come up with its recommendations next month and forward them to President Trump by December 4th. The U.S. President then has 60 days to make his final decision on the matter. The day before the public hearing, American consumer review websites ranked an LG Electronics model the top in its best washing machines of 2017. And a Samsung model was selected as their budget pick. Cha Sang-mi, Arirang News.